Good day everyone, I am Jeremy Ramos and this is my activity 3 in MPE 20. In my lesson plan, my topic that I will be going to discuss is all about the history and the basic skill in the sport basketball. The allotted time in this topic is 1 hour. And for the objective for this lesson, I will use the three domain, which is the cognitive, psychomotor, and affective domain. The objective is at the end of the lesson, students are able to understand the meaning and history of basketball, perform some basic skills in basketballs, value the importance of basketball in our physical and mental health. And the materials that I will going to use is Google Meet or Zoom app, headphone, smartphone, and also I present PowerPoint presentation. For the preliminary activities, first I will greet my students by saying blessed day everyone, and after that I will call students to lead the prayer, and the chosen student can lead the prayer. In the virtual class management, first I will give my student time to prepare, find a place before our discussion, and I will set the virtual classroom rule. And if I set this classroom rules, this is the uh, needed to follow in our discussion to have a good flow and to avoid problem while I am discussing. And next, I will check the attendance of students to know who is absent. The students need to raise their hands and say present if their name are called. And after that, I am going to review the past lesson to know if the student remember the previous lesson about warm up and stretching. I will be going ask some students to summarize or discuss briefly the topic class meeting. In that way, the students have uh, have idea about the previous lesson. And for the motivation, I will be going to flash the game for the student called Guess Me. In this activity, I will show picture about next topic. The things that student need to do is type their answer in comment section. And after the motivation, I'm going to the lesson proper. First, I'm going to discuss the lesson, which is the history and basic skill of basketball. First, I will ask the student if they have any ideas about basketball, and the student will answer. And after that, I will define basketball. And after I define basketball, I I discuss the history of basketball. And after the history of basketball, I will ask a question in a student about the history of basketball to participation of students, to don't this way is the way to don't get bored the students. And after the history, I will discuss the I will discuss the different basic skills in basketball, which is the dribbling, passing, shooting, rebounding, and defense. And after that, I will ask some volunteer to give the 5 basic skills and need to define each skills in our classroom or in our discussion. Next is the application. In this part, I prepare another activity called Watch Me, Identify Me. And in this activity, I'm going to present a video about the lesson, and the student need to identify what is in the video. To those students who got correct answer, I will give additional points in the next activity. And for generalization, I'm going ask my student what are their learning or what are their feeling after the activity, and why needed to learn the basic skill in the sport basketball. And also I will give a feedback on I will give feedback on the activity and to the answer of students. For evaluation, I will give a task for students that needed to pass next week, or that to the in next meeting. And this task also will serve as their assignment in this lesson. The the activity is the student need to perform the basic skill in basketball, such as dribbling, passing, shooting, and rebounding. And I will give the instruction about in this performance. And for the rubric of the performance in performing the basic skill, the criteria is ball control, posture, posture and proper execution, adherence to instruction, and also timeliness. The level of performance is 5 points for excellent, 4 points for very good, 3 points for good, and 2 points for poor. In ball control, if the student uh, wants to gain 5 points, student perform perfect in controlling the ball throughout the whole performance. And for the posture and proper execution, the student was able to execute all the basic skill with mastery, and the posture is correct throughout the video. And to the criteria, adherence to instruction, the 5 point is the students must follow all of the instruction given by the teacher. And for timeliness is the performance video was submitted on or before the deadline. And after I present the rubric, I will going to ask my student if they have any question or clarification. And after the question and answer and some clarification in the topic, the discussion will be end. And that will be all. Thank you for listening.